Yo, we are back with another video. I know I've been away for some time, but you know me, just had to relax a little bit. But the dev notes have come out, and as you guys have probably seen on the internet, Escanor is coming soon. As in soon, I'm pretty sure our live stream is happening tomorrow, and 2-3 days Escanor is coming out. So be ready. Start farming, just general gold, get your master XP up, because we're gonna have some fun. But we're gonna read the dev notes. I still have some gripes with the game. They are behind on certain things for a gacha game, but hopefully they recognize. That's one thing I like about Net Bubble. They are quick to recognize what is wrong. Let's just see what's happening right now. Okay. Greetings, Star Guardian. This is PDQ. Shout out to you. Thank you for supporting this game. We're trying our best. It's a relatively smaller scale and shorter cycle, allowing to spawn more flexibly to your actual gameplay experience when launch. However, we recognize that we're not able to provide sufficient stability and convenience during that process, and we take this matter very seriously. Okay, yeah, that's very true. The game has been very unstable, but luckily they are working. It says right here, the overall crash rate has decreased, but there are some crashes and gameplay glitches. I don't know if it's happened to me, but like I phase through like rocks quite often, but that's just me. I don't know about you guys. So yeah, in this development, I'm about to share the key improvements making version 1.2 along with a preview or the update will bring. Okay, so they said it's a more small update, but the thing is, now Marvel, you are behind. There's been gacha games out, especially open world ones that have been out for literally years at this point. So as much as it's been good, you don't really have the liberty to do that. There's a lot of, how do I call it, first impressions bias. Like if people see a game, they play it, I don't like it, they'll just turn away from it. Luckily, Escanor is extremely high. A lot of people might come back because of that, but still, you only have a short amount of time to do it. I'd rather you push this game's launch back even further than you originally did. That's what I really think happened. You guys tried to release the game, it wasn't actually where it was meant to be in January, so you pushed it back to March, and it still wasn't where it wanted to be in March, but you couldn't push it back more because people get annoyed, and then the hype would die down. Me personally, we don't care if they just pushed it back even more. But at least now they're working on it, so that's the best thing. Alright, firstly, key improvements. Improvements to gathering convenience. This is amazing. Okay, let's see what it says. In particular, the continuous tracking feature. Oh my days. Can't lie, Net Marble. This is great, but I don't know how you don't think of this. Why would I want to track one item and then disappear? Track all of them. Like, again, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Net Marble, you were behind. Copy every single system for other games that work and just go with it. In Genshin, it tracks all of them, and it actually sends you to the next place and lets you track the next place. Like, same with Wolverine. All of these games, they let you track things actually well. Don't know why Net Marble thought, let's just not have any tracking feature. You know what, at least that I didn't get now. It says here, we recognize the improvement. However, this feature requires structural improvements rather than a simple adjustment. It took longer than expected to implement. We sincerely apologize for the delay. After this update, continuous gathering will be enabled when tracking gathering or mining targets. And reward information based on world level will be displayed. Perfect. It'll tell you how much you can actually get. Item drops for elite and boss will be enhanced. Amazing. Just more quality of life. Amazing. Again, this is amazing, but at the same time, every other game has this. So the fact that your game didn't have this from launch is not a good look. Again, Mount Marble, we're being harsh on you because you're behind. We want this game to succeed, but if the average person like me that wasn't like a Grand Cross player, here's game and see. Okay, so every other feature that every other game has, they don't have it, they're just not going to play the game. But it is here, so no more complaining. Addition of engraved equipment information preview. With this update, a feature allowed to players to preview basic information about the engraved equipment in advance. Again, why was this not in the game in the first place? Why would I make an item and not know what it does? Since launch, we've had a significant amount of feedback as being inconvenient, not being able to check equipment options in advance. When crafting engraved equipment, response, be able to preview it. We apologize for the delay. I recognize it should be addressed more quickly. Okay, that's fine. But again, all this basic stuff like, now Marble, why would I make something and not know what it should do? Like, logically, again, you have to be on the ball. You are behind compared to every other gacha game. Obviously, there's new ones coming out, true, but those ones have hype because they're original characters. This is 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Sins doesn't have the hype those games have because 7 Deadly Sins the perception of it is it's falling off anime, so you have to go harder. But again, I like the fact that you recognize this. I like that. Improvement to the main quest. We have closely analyzed player drop-off rates during the early tutorial stages and found that more star guns that expect to experience difficulty progressing through the tutorial is needed. Tutorial? Don't know why anyone would want to do that. Players struggle to perform key actions required for quest progression, such as defeated monsters in the perilous swamps of X in the cave. Okay, this to me is just if there's people that are stopped playing because they don't have to cut a tree down, which all you have to do by the way is just hit the tree, then I don't know. Obviously some of the bosses are hard, but again, to me that's not a problem. It's a good thing. Having difficult combat. The most problem is sometimes the combat is difficult because like the boss runs away from you. Like it's not because he has like the graph attacks or it's like super high damage. Now he'll just like, especially like the Gilify or what's it, the Scorpion Beast, he just runs away from you. Or even the gold dungeon, like that's not difficulty. The guy is literally jumping in the air, I can't attack him, he's just running away from me. That's annoying. But stuff like this, I don't care. I don't know who's struggling to cut down trees. If you are, stop playing video games altogether, throw your computer in the fire. Okay, so they are gonna enhance guidance, which is fine. I guess certain things are a bit hard, but for the most part, if cutting down trees is enough to make you quit the game, quit game in general. Enhancing the purpose of repetitive combat. You'll observe that some star guns are seeking additional cube keys, yes, and then engage in repeated combat against common monsters to further their progression. Our development team believes this type of gameplay is not driven simply by the need to acquire resources, but a desire to continue playing the game even after coming that requires cube keys. Yes, okay, that's true. Of course, in that example, you made a game and launched it with no events. Again, I was gonna make a video on this, but I didn't. Look at the events tab on the marble and then open any other gacha game and look at the events tab. There is nothing to do once you beat the story, which is like I said, this is kind of like an early access. I heard Beats talking about this, where it's kind of like an early access this whole period. It's not a very smart idea because this is almost first impression of the game. If you put the time in and beat the story, there is nothing to do apart from farm your cube keys and log off. That's all I've been doing. I farm my cube keys, maybe do a little bit of like farming for like platinum or something, and then I log off. But there's nothing to do. So no more. But that's on you to create some type of like mini game. Every gacha game has these small mini games that give rewards, just have things to do in the game. This game doesn't have a Sparrow Abyss variant. It doesn't have a simulated universe variant. Like all these things that in every other game they don't have. So like this shouldn't be a surprise. Like that there's nothing to do. And think about that. People are trying to do anything to play your game. They're just trying to have some fun in the game, and you have given them nothing to do. So that's on you now, Marble, to actually improve that. But let's see what they do here. To support this, we aim to provide clear progression goals that more directly support player growth. Okay, great. With this update, we're introducing a new reward structure for field and dungeon combat. After the update, deleting elite and boss monsters in the field will grant a chance to obtain materials, mastery, and crafting. In dungeons, elite and boss will also have a chance to get materials for crafting remnants of the rift. These rewards will be obtained without consuming cube keys. We hope this will provide clearer goals. Okay, that's great. Again, it just helps with progression. It's all cool, but my main problem is that there is nothing to do. The fact that there is no Spiral of this variant or Simulated Universe variant in this game or anything to do with just farm story, that's not good. Hopefully in this update they're adding things like that, like actual things to do aside play the story. That can't be the only thing. All right, let's see how it goes. Okay, the overview 1.2. Cool. New region, amazing. And main story update, obviously that's absolutely amazing. New time content, time space junction. Is this what I think it is? Let's hope so. The time space junction content previously introduced in our developer notes will be added in this update. Time space junction is being prepared as content expands over time, with new sectors unlocking periodically. Endgame command. Perfect. There it is. So this is our Spiral Abyss variant. Again, it's great I think now, but again, first impressions are everything. So why was this not ready for the launch of the game? Not even the early launch, maybe just the grand launch, because we're like a month into the game and you don't have this. Most people that have seen this have already quit the game, but I'm glad they're adding it. At least they're trying their best. That's the most I can say. Okay, new boss and a base difficulty expansion. Amazing. More things to fight, more things to do, more difficulty. Okay, there's only 2 of the bosses actually have a base difficulty. I think one of the dungeons, but that's all good. So new armor, accessories, perfect. Additional engraved equipment, armor crafting. We observe that many Stargate are progressing to the stage of crafting engraved equipment after completing the main story. In this process, players obtain the equipment through repeated gameplay and frustration of you go to a dungeon and you just get the same band, or you get the boots over and over again, so you can't make the revive nightmare parts, whatever. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And yeah, they recognize to reduce the burden of uncertainty. Okay, that's perfect. We're doing a new crafting feature. Perfect. It's amazing. Guys, just craft it and then you can make it perfectly. That's amazing. And you're able to use materials obtained through repeated gameplay to craft. Oh yes, I love that. That's actually an amazing system. So instead of just making it so you have to farm everything and then craft it, you can do the repeated content and then get the pieces you want. Okay, the marble you've put there, that's amazing. I like that system. It's kind of like Star Rail, where you can just synthesize your gear. Amazing system, love it. And this provides a path players to steadily acquire the equipment without relying solely on random drops. We're going to add new featured armor sets in the future. That's great. Allow players to craft specific parts, use materials obtained from each type of content. Amazing. Future update direction. This is the most important thing for me. Let's see what they say. Before concluding these dev notes, we'd like to address the questions many Star Guardians across all regions have about the plans for upcoming updates. We have also seen your continued feedback shared through survey and official Discord. The development team also understands that due to stability issues, some Star Guardians may have concerns about future updates and the overall direction of the game. We sincerely apologize for not able to provide a sufficiently stable experience and your trust. For Star Guardians who have been patiently waiting, we'll share more details on our future update direction and plans in the following dev notes on April 22nd. I'll make a video on that when it comes out, following the special update live stream on April 23rd. Okay, so that's tomorrow. So I think I'll update live stream. I'll be right into that. Might live stream it. We'll see if I have time to do that. And then we get dev notes the day after. We'll see that. And lastly, I've approached version 1.2. Small gift, just an engraving still. It's good. I mean, nothing major, but it's good. And yeah, thank you sincerely, PDQ. Wow. From the looks of it, this isn't everything because obviously we're gonna get the live stream and a new dev notes after this. But again, at least Netmarble are aware of what's happening. The major problem with this game right now is because of the not terrible, it wasn't terrible, I've seen worse game launches. Because of the lackluster game launch and how they treated it kind of like an early access, a lot of people have just stepped away from the game. Again, this is a 2026 gacha game that released with no endgame content after the story, long tons of glitches, without continuous tracking, so it's extremely hard to farm. Again, there's still some problems like, why can't I pause the game if I'm getting attacked? Like if I'm in the menu and something outside hits me, I get kicked out of the menu. All these small little quality of life things that just like any other game that's coming out, like what's another game that's gonna come out? What's the name of that game? NTE. If NTE comes out, I guarantee NTE is not gonna have any of these problems. Again, NTE probably has a bigger budget. That's fair enough, but still, you don't really have a choice in this market. You have to compete with the competition. The competition have more money than you. You have to just go with it. So all these smaller things are pushing people away. Luckily, in that market, you are addressing them, you're aware, and you're willing to work with the community and actually read what we say. So that is the most important thing. So in that marble, good job. That's the most you can do. Obviously, so many things like, why would anyone want to engrave a piece of equipment without knowing what it does? Those type of things like, are you thinking properly? But again, at least you recognize it. You're willing to make changes. But hopefully, my update direction is that, I hope that they just take from what they see. Again, every single game does in this industry. They take what other games are doing and just copy it. Just do that. The things that everybody loves from other games, just take them. Add to your game. Good. It's very harsh out here, and a lot of players will write off this game just because it's 7 deadly sins. That's true. So just go as hard as possible and keep going. Yeah, I'm happy with how it's going so far. There are some annoying parts like the fact that there's no content and glitches. For the most part, I can see the direction it's going a good path. So hopefully it all goes well. But that's enough from me. What do you guys think? Are you still playing? Do you like the direction they're going in? Do you like the fact that they just didn't drop barely any content for the first month? And if not, let me know why. But me, I'm fine with this because escanor is coming very, very soon. But that's enough from me. You guys have a great day. God bless you.